Right, happy to be joined, a special guest in studio. It is the head coach of the Rapids, Robin Fraser. And Coach, as I said, as we went to break, congratulations for being here the same amount of time as Moser and Vic have all year. It's good to see everybody in the same room together. Pretty unbelievable.
Let's be honest about it. He's the only reason that we are here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is true.
Yeah, no, it's not you.
It's really, honestly, the only reason we're here is he was coming today. You announced that Coach was coming, so we showed up for Coach.
Well, Mo's ruined the surprise. It was his fault.
I know how.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
go ahead and
guys.
pull that thing a little bit closer.
Wait, I got to tell you, I brought gifts.
You have gifts?
I have gifts.
Well, we already have.
Because
You already gave us
We got a
I
hat.
did, you did, but I don't know if you guys remember. This must have been March, maybe?
Okay.
Where I'd gotten this contract extension, and you guys said that you deserve a part of it because you have helped get me to this point.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't want to say too much, but I felt like we were partners.
It's a team
So,
game.
so I felt like, at the time, I said to Omar, can you find out what these guys drink? So I thought about it from way back then.
Moly.
But then now that we're actually in the office, it's been so long, I forget what you guys drink. So I just brought you a bunch of man drinks.
Oh, my God.
God.
You kidding me? Some whiskey.
So one for you.
Woodford Reserve, let's go.
God bless you,
my
Coach.
God.
Thank you.
Vic, one for you.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my
Look
Lord.
at this.
And Marty, you're not left out. There's one for you, too.
Coach.
This is the real
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much.
No.
I just, this is an objective answer, and this is not influenced by anything. Robin Fraser's my favorite coach in Denver sports.
Yes.
History.
Thank you, guys. But
Look at
honestly, I appreciate everything that you guys have done and your promotion, your support of us, and it's been fantastic. And over the
thank
last
you.
2 years, I've really
And I
enjoyed
appreciate Rubio putting in a goal late.
it. Me too.
Yeah, exactly. To make McConaughey go.
Yes, exactly.
I got a thing against that. I
Need
mean,
some
I
help,
like,
please.
Yeah, I guess I like him, but thank God. Nice
You know,
job.
one of the coaches actually went up to him. I didn't see him. Went up to him before the game, just walked up to him, and he said he was great. He was talking to people. He kind of pushed him aside and said hello, and he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you. Fan of your movies." And he was really cool, and that was it. And they walked away.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
was,
he's a nice
Amazing.
dude.
Apparently, he's a very nice dude.
Yeah, we're gonna score some goals today. No, you're not.
That's not quite it. No.
Well, listen, hey.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we got to say all right. Not all right.
Yeah.
But we got to say all right.
Yeah,
One
got
for each
one.
goal, right?
So
I
we
got one.
got Woodford and shirts. We got all kinds of prizes as the end of the year type of gift package. What did you do for your team? What did you tell them at the end of the season?
You know, the way it goes when we fly back, everyone disperses when we get off the plane, and we don't really see each other till the next session. So I took the opportunity to talk to them in the locker room afterwards, and I already had one sort of speech in mind as we were down 1-0 in the 90th minute. As soon as we score, the whole thing turned on its head. It was suddenly a very positive feeling. It would have been a positive speech anyway. But it was just great to talk about. We finished the year with 1 loss and 6. So when you look at all the ups and downs we had, we did finish quite well. And for me, it was talking about building into next year and talking about what we need to do in the offseason to be ready when we start training camp early January. And thank them for their efforts, thank the staff, thank everyone for all that we've done this year, and see you in a couple of months.
Yeah. You know, and one of the things, I know I brought this up multiple times to you as we talked throughout the year, but the thing I loved about this team is that they fought, man. It didn't matter what the score was, nothing. They fought till the very, very end. And you just got to think with that sort of mentality and then get a couple more bounces to go your way next year, it could take off in a hurry.
Yeah, I really think so. And we've had a couple of injuries this year that were pretty significant. Brian Galvan, who we really expected a lot from in the attacking end, and Jack Price, who's been the captain, MVP of the team for the last 4 years. I think he played 15 games through injuries, and half of those were half a game because he was hurt. So just to get those 2 players back, looking at bringing some more players in and making sure that what you just said isn't lost, which is the culture of the group is one that fights and works. And so even as we make changes, we really are protective of the culture, and we want to make sure that we bring back that sort of mentality and maybe a little bit more talent and a bit of luck.
Coach, I have to head off to a press conference, but I wanted to make sure to get my free stuff before I left. But I do need to ask you this because next year, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, the entire MLS is going to Apple TV. It's a new package deal where MLS, football, soccer will be on Apple. It'll still be on Altitude Radio, your games, but no longer on Altitude TV. What message might you have? Because I know I do, a message of thanks to stewards like Richard Fleming and Cello Balboa, who for years were the voices and faces of Rapid Soccer.
Yeah, and I at our Burgundy affair, I thanked a lot of our staff and everyone around, and I neglected to thank them as I was looking at pictures. I realized that, so thank you for the opportunity. Marcelo and Richard have been fantastic. They've been so supportive. It's been a fantastic relationship between myself and them, very open, and I've always felt like they gave us a fair shake, and I never wanted any broadcasters to be homers. And I felt like they were honest, and when things were bad, they called them as they should be.
Sure.
And I think that's the only thing we could ask for is good, honest broadcasting and reporting, and analysis. So my thanks to them for what they've done. My feeling is that they're both so good, they'll end up somewhere in this Apple TV thing. And my understanding is they won't be in Denver's market. If they get picked up somewhere else, they'll do someone else's game. So we will miss them, but they're certainly excellent. They've been super supportive of us, and I certainly wish them the best going forward.
But they didn't get Woodford Reserve. We did.
Well, don't brag. You can't brag.
Go on.
This is going to turn into the ring discussion that we had with Moser, where it's like, oh, if Moser gets it, then I need to get one, and then somebody, and then Marty, and then everybody else does. Yeah.
This is going to be gone, by the way, by the weekend.
Perfect.
You realize that, right?
Look at this weather. What else would you do?
It's exactly right. It's
Right?
perfect. Coach, so yeah, as we were talking, you go into the offseason now, but you go in with some optimism. Like you said, one loss in the last 6, and I don't know, it's got to be a positive vibe going forward. Last year was so fun, so fantastic, such a great run and everything else. But there's the disappointment. How do you overcome that as a group, right? Okay, we didn't make it this year, but we know we've got the attitude, and we know we've got, as you said, maybe a little bit more talent, a little bit more luck to do it next year.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think that's a feeling that's not lost on the players because, again, you look at the last home game was Dallas, who's third in the West. And if you look at the way that game went, I came out of it going, how are we not in the playoffs?
Yeah.
And then we go to Austin, which is a team that's been flying all year, and we outshoot them 17-9, hit the post, had a number of good moments in the game, are really, really threatening in the second half. And again, we walk away and go, scratch our heads going, how are we not in the playoffs? So how do we keep the optimism going? We just realistically and honestly look at our performances throughout the year where we've been really, really good, and we've just had moments that have killed us.
See, I could never be a coach because you know what I would do? I'd be like Coach right now. On the drive home, I'd be dwelling on a game back in May. Play in May, right? Or a 10-minute stretch in April.
I do that.
Yeah, see, I
definitely do.
You
that.
do.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
see,
I know where the 4 points were lost that would have gotten us into the playoffs. Put it that way.
Well, see, I'd be my rig would be in Cherry Creek right now. I'd be down into the. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't let go.
This is what I wonder, though, for guys in your position. We ask players all the time, okay, season ends. What does your offseason look like? How do you decompress? What is it for you? So season's done now. Now you head into the offseason, and it's a different offseason, right?
Yeah.
With the World Cup coming in. So what is how long is the decompression stage as opposed to, okay, time to get back at it?
The decompression stage this year will be longer than usual because I'm heading to India on Wednesday to watch my daughter play in the Under-17 Women's World Cup.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so I'm really excited
cool.
about that. And then I'm going to spend a little bit of time in London with Arsenal, who is also owned by...
They're hot.
What a great time to go.
Oh, they are hot.
First place in the English Premier League. Everyone there is going to be so happy.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that for a couple of weeks. I'll probably be traveling for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, what owned by the same company, but is there any affiliation? Is there any association there?
That's a great question, and I think there's been a loose association over the years, and it's gotten tighter and tighter even in the last 12 months. And this is one of those steps where I'll go spend some time with them and Mikel Arteta and kind of idea share and that sort of thing. So we're in the process of growing an even closer relationship between the two.
As we forge
Well,
this.
real quick, if you run into Ted Lasso, tell him we said what's up. All right.
Will do.
Yeah.
We're on Apple TV. We'll run into it somewhere.
Exactly.
And that's just a great example at soccer at the highest level, how you can turn it around fairly quickly.
Yeah.
That team was in the depth
Yeah.
of Premier League status, and now is at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
How?
They've had a pretty firm plan that they've stuck to, and it's get the wrong people off the bus, get the right people on the bus, and they have a youth movement going where they have a really young team, and they've acquired some really good young players over the year, and I think Mikel Arteta has done a fantastic job in taking the team over, identifying the things that needed to be changed, change them, and in the process has turned it around now to a first-place team in the English Premier League.
Well, with that, I can't imagine you're going to go to India to watch your daughter play for the under-17 women's U.S. team in the World Cup. I can't imagine what that feeling's like.
To watch your daughter?
I mean, to watch your daughter
You coach her?
on that stage, though, on that big of a stage.
Yeah, I've did individual sessions.
But are you the
with her.
parent yelling from the stands?
Never. Never. I am the one sitting in the corner, not talking to anyone because I want to watch a game, and there's no yelling. She does something great, I sit there like this. She does something horrible, I might go.
What if the ref makes a bad call? Then do you get vocal?
I try to walk away.
Then he
Never.
runs onto the field.
Well, I will
I
say
never
this.
talk to
it's
youth
funny.
refs.
It's funny that you mentioned that because everybody wondered when I was playing baseball why my dad was always parked by himself in right field watching the game. And my dad had two reasons. First of all, he liked to have a couple of drinks during the game. Secondly, he couldn't control himself when somebody makes a bad play. You know, if you're in high school, you don't want to be yelling, "What the bleep is he doing?" around somebody else's parents. So he's like,
Correct.
I'm going by myself and staying as far away as possible.
So
I generally stay quiet.
for the record, they're in the 52nd minute.
Okay.
It's now,
Oh.
it's now 6-0.
Okay.
So you talk about the future of women's soccer in America. You ready for this? They're playing India, right? India's a huge country. They love their soccer. Well, shots are 18-0. Shots on target 10-0. Possession 80% to the Americans. Passes 358 compared to 101. My God.
I can't believe they have 101 passes. I've been watching it.
The India person's clicking the button a little bit. Yeah, exactly. But it's 6-0 now. I mean, they're kicking some serious butt.
Sounds like a CU football game.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, hey.
Why?
I'm sorry, I got to go.
All right. Well,
thank you so much. Thank
again,
you.
head coach
Thank
of the
you.
Rapids, Robin Fraser. Coach, really appreciate all the time you spent with us this year. Really appreciate the awesome gifts and the thing that will be gone by the end
By
of this
Friday.
week. Yeah. I mean, I might have to save it for Sunday because my Detroit Lions are terrible and I need something to get
I
through
need
it.
something to get through.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Gotcha.
That's an amazing
That's
sound,
Daddy's
isn't it?
baby. It's Daddy's baby.
Coach, thank you so much.
Let me thank you guys,
Yeah.
though, because you've been tremendous. And I remember when I first got here and I heard there's a radio show we do on Thursdays, and it was kind of like, oh, what's this going to be like?
Are coaches annoyed by those? Be honest. When you hear you have a media a mandated media session, are you like, ugh?
That was the initial reaction.
Yeah.
And now I look forward to it because we laugh our, can we say, we can say, we
Yeah,
laugh
sure,
our
yeah,
asses
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Every time we're on the show, we laugh our asses off. So I honestly look forward to it. Every now and then I forget because I go into the office and I'm in the middle of something and I'll get a text from Omar, don't forget.
Yeah.
In fact, this last week it was, don't forget, 8:45. It was like 8:46. But I do really look forward to it because not only do we have fun, I feel like you guys are very fair with us, and there are times when you've had to ask some hard questions, which is absolutely what your job should be. As I said, we want you to be honest in how you report. So I've appreciated that, and I've appreciated the support and what you've done for us in terms of getting awareness about our games and the magnitude of the games and that sort of thing. Can't thank you guys enough. So.
Well, I'll tell you this, too, as we let you go. The Rapid supporters that have come to this program because of you
Yeah.
has been significant, too.
Yeah.
And we see it all the time on all the Twitch and the Twitch feeds and the text feeds and everything else. People chime in when you're on there. Really, they always look forward to it. So
Great.
you've helped us, man. You brought some peeps on board that normally wouldn't be able to look at Brett's face.
100%.
Well, you certainly helped me out, right? Which is how I was able to afford this.
Coach, you're the best.
You're
Thank
the
you
best.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate
you guys.
all of the time throughout the year. Let's take a quick break. Back in 3 minutes.